plants.
Yes.
So that's our aquaponics tank. So you can see we've got some, I think, a basil growing right now. So really, really neat, hands-on. The kids get to feed the fish. But really, and then what we do is, I'll show you when we make our full way around, is we have a teaching kitchen. So we actually then use the herbs that we grow in the teaching kitchen with our kids. So they can see kind of a full circle of utilizing the food that they make.
Oh, that's so cool.
But the plan was for kids to draw what it looked like outside of their windows when they were quarantined. But we had actually hit a pretty big barrier in Wi-Fi capability for a lot of our families. So while we were working on that, on getting them tablets, getting them Wi-Fi, the artist actually was like, this is the first time that staff are separated in years. You guys always work hands-on together. So she wanted all of us to take a photo outside of our workspaces, since we were all working remotely, and then she painted us.
Oh, wow.
So this is the first piece that staff are included in.
Oh, wow. So the artist painted these?
She did. Yeah, her name is Kristen Polacek, yes. So most of the work that she does, you'll see another piece on this wall over here, she does it in collaboration with the kids. So we wanted to give them a real space to have music, and now we bring everything from keyboard, drum, violin, trumpets. They're a little rough.
Hello, let's say
That's
hard on the ear.
We do have sound clouds, but
Is
they
it
only do so
soundproof?
much. There's sound clouds, but there's only so much you can do with trumpets. And then what we've seen is I believe, one of the things we do really, really well is we talk to our families. We talk to our parents. We're not scared to have conversations and say, are we giving you the services that you need? Are our services the right fit? And our therapists actually go to our kids in after school. So they have all the consent signed from parents, and then they go and work with those kids from that 4 to 6 range, so parents can finish up their work day. They know their kids are getting the services that they need, but they're not having to have any barriers.
How receptive are the parents to that? Because you're probably dealing with a wide spectrum of parents that are open to the idea, and some that are like, nah.
It depends. We've seen some cultural barriers with our Hispanic culture. Some of them don't want to talk about it, but actually all 3 of our therapists are Hispanic themselves and speak Spanish. So they can talk to parents in whatever language they're wanting. They can talk to the kids in that same language, and they're coming from the same culture. So they can recognize and say, I do understand.
There's a trust
I've been
element
there,
that's developed.
which is
A simple snack, just take for granted, that you just don't think about that there are a lot of people out there that, love to have a pretzel pie.
Right.
It's so simple.
People had no idea how much kids in this community were relying on lunches and breakfast at school, and then taking that away left a huge gap. So it's like, our community, Omaha, has to be one of the most generous communities in the entire country, honestly. Like, our philanthropists are amazing.
Hi, how you doing? Caitlin, nice to meet you. I'm JR. It's a pleasure. What's up, guys? Hi. What's up? Yeah, give me a high five. Boom. Boom. Give me a high five. Boom. What's up? So if a lot of you are looking at me and you're wondering what happened to him. So I used to be in the military, and I was actually injured while I was in the military. And I was 19 years old when that happened. And as you can imagine, it was really tough and hard to just get comfortable with my scars and my body and walk out into public, and dealing with people that would look at me, and some people would stare at me and stare at me like with their mouth wide open, and it doesn't make you feel good, right? It kind of hurts you because it's always reminding you of what's going on.
Like what show?
So have you ever, there's one show that I was on that I don't think you would know about because you've been in school, but there's a show called All My Children that I was an actor on that show for 3 years. And then I went on a show called Dancing with the Stars. You may have heard of that show, maybe not, but I was on that show a long time ago. And Carlos, I won that competition. I did my thing, Carlos. So I did my thing. I won the show. I won the competition. And then since then, I wrote a book. And now I just I travel around the world, and I get to meet cool people like you guys and just learn from you and share a little bit of my life with all of you guys. And I think the cool thing is that I've learned how to use my story and my experience in life to help other people. And that's what life is all about. It's about how can you help people that you are with every single day? How can you help somebody that you don't know? How, you know, it's amazing what a smile does and how it changes someone's life. It's amazing how, you know, someone's smiling at you. You know how many people that I don't know that are strangers have come up to me and said, I want to tell you about this thing about my life, and that's changed my life. It's made me feel better. It's made me realize things about my life. But I also will go and listen to people. You guys got something you want to show me. I want to listen to you guys. I want to learn from you guys. So we'll do one more question, and then we'll get into your project.
I had a bike, you know the thing where you hold it?
Yep. What color are you going to?
Blue.
Blue. I like it. What do you like about Completely Kids? What programs do you enjoy participating in? Because I know they have like swim, they got like music, they got art. Swimming is dope. So are you like an expert swimmer now? Not yet? Terry Rock is what he said. So he gave me this rock, that's cool. So I gotta make sure it dries. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, thank you so much. That's cool, I like this. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna save this rock. I'm gonna go home and put it. So in the military, you get a lot of coins, right? And there are people that have coins, and what they do is, if they see somebody that they admire or respect, or they give them a coin. And it's a way to say, I respect you, I appreciate you, I'm honoring you. So I have a whole section where I have all these coins that people have given me. That's where I'm gonna put this rock. All right? That's like a coin to me, man. So today is the day, the luncheon, the opportunity for me to speak to all the sponsors, everybody from the community that's here, to talk about Completely Kids, to share a little bit about my story. Yesterday I had the opportunity to be with the kids, and I can tell you that I saw extensions of myself in them, my childhood in them. And so today's talking points are going to be pretty personal, because I've lived what I believe a lot of these kids have lived or are living. And so excited, and so now I'm in this space. Check out this beautiful wall. Like, look at that brick. It's not really brick, but you know, you probably don't know that if I didn't tell you. It looks that good. But anyways, I'm here. I'm just gonna relax, gather my thoughts, do a little meet and greet, speak, sign some books, and hopefully get people to walk away with saying, I'm gonna continue to support, or for those that are just learning about the organization, say, you know what? It's important for me to do something, whatever it is, something.
For the 20th annual Kids Kid Luncheon as an author.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. I'm especially thinking that, you know, my story would never be able to carry and have that much weight, and to be able to impact people that don't necessarily understand what I've been through, but yet there's a way that they can connect with my story and relate to it. And so it's really incredible to see that this experience that I've had in my life has been able to impact a lot of people that, you know, come from all different walks of life. I felt empowered by those individuals. I graduated from high school. I look at the military as an option. It was an opportunity for me to give back to a country that had been attacked just a year before when I was a senior in high school. We already had troops in Afghanistan. There were rumors of us possibly going somewhere else. I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to give back. I also knew the military was an opportunity for me to travel and see the world. But what I did not expect in the short time that I was in the military, that I would be exposed and my identity would start to become of this man of being of service. April 5th of 2023 will be 20 years. I know this person more, and I've lived in this body longer than I lived in my previous life, as I like to call it. April 5th, 2003, I'm driving a Humvee through a city called Karbala when my front left tire runs over a roadside bomb. A being of service. Everything that I do, I operate from this place of service. I want to give, I want to do for others. I came down to their level, and I talked to these kids, and I asked them questions, and they did this really cool project where they made these rocks, and there's this one kid, Hector, and he says, I'm gonna make you a military rock. And I said, I'd appreciate that. And so he gives me this rock, he colors it green, he has like the camo print inside of this rock, and he hands it to me. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. There's another kid, Carlos, that was in the classroom, and you know, you could tell he's like the little JR, like, hey, I got a question, I got a question, I got a question, I got a question. And I was like, all right, Carlos. And then at the end, Carlos was like, I'm gonna make a rock like that as well. Then I got another young lady that comes up to me and gives me a rock and says, you're beautiful. I got another young lady that comes up to me and gives me a rock and says, we love you. And then I got Hector that comes up to me with a note and he says, your scars are awesome. Don't let anybody tell you any different, because if they tell you, they're just bullies, and you're awesome. And be proud of your scars. Can you imagine the biggest smile that put on my face? That was the thing that filled my cup. But that's the gift that those kids can give every single one of us. If we're all willing, no matter what it is that you do, no matter what role you play in Completely Kids. Thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure to be here with every single one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Another one bites the dust. My gal is like, tickles. Leslie, nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. Thank you for coming today. You got it.
One for my friend Sean.
Is it Leslie? All right.
Yes, that one's me. The season we were on Dancing with the Stars was the only one he watched.
Oh, nice. I love that. Thank you. Oh man, it was special. It's one of those situations where you get more out of it than they do. You know, I walked away and I was just like so inspired and so moved, not only by those kids, but also by the people that were in that room. And they do this every single day, and they see those kids, they hear those kids, and they believe in those kids. And
I just want to let you know that was beautiful.
Thank you.
So inspiring.
Is this for you? Is this for? And it's for Trisha. Got it. It's cool.
Be honored if you would.
Of course, my man. And it's for you?
Yes, my name is Spencer, yes.
S-P-E-N-C-E-R. You got it, man.
And I'm actually thinking about your point was so on point, because we're looking at doing a podcast for being seen and being heard for a lot of my community here.
Yes.
And in my job, I manage corporate social responsibility for FNBO, and I just really want to take this outside of my career and do it more personally.
Yeah.
So your message was right on point.
Hey man, like you start to realize, so I'm relaunching like my YouTube channel, right? And then one of the things that I wanted to really highlight was these interactions and conversations that I've had with people over the last 20 years, nearly 20 years. Things that people have said to me that have stayed with me, that have impacted me. And yet these are people that are in everybody's community that never get the same love or same attention that I have gotten, and yet have impacted me and allowed me to go out and do the things that I do. So in Omaha, there's a lot of people here that have done incredible things, that are doing incredible things, that will never get the spotlight that they deserve. But you have to be willing to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to share the dark stuff, the difficult things. And if you're willing to go there, and people usually are afraid of doing that because they're afraid of judgment. They're afraid of people abandoning them and people sort of distancing themselves. And at the end of the day, what I've discovered, the more vulnerable I am, the more of a community I end up building. I'm gonna walk in the middle, baby. That's what I'm gonna do. When you kill a speech, you can take over the streets. That kind of rhymed. So we speak, and now we get tacos.